Hi everyone, hope you're well. So, I'm live today with my quiz. Sorry, got a text, but don't worry about that. Yeah, I'm doing the international food quiz, folks, so that is that. Hope you're well. So, yeah, yesterday's live was better than Saturday's. I wasn't really happy about the live on Saturday. Like how it was done and all of that, so that's why I wasn't really overly happy, and people weren't really. There were people who stayed during the live, but they weren't really immersed. I don't expect them to interact or anything, but it wasn't really. I only had 2 likes, which was sad, but it's good that people are always there. People come when they are ready to come. So, yeah. I pretty much made a new quiz yesterday. It wasn't really planned. I only thought about it, like, as soon as it happened, though. I didn't really think twice about what I was going to create. It just spurred me on someone. It was more active yesterday than it was on Saturday. I'm willing to continue learning about live content and all of that, even though it's not easy to do it. It takes a lot, to get people immersed. It does take a lot. I'm not going to deny that. I think if I'm more consistent, maybe which I'm doing my best to be, is to. Consistency actually allows you to get more following, and people are more likely to join your, like, a fan club or membership or whatever you want to name it. So I got another follower yesterday. She was pretty engaging, so she was really asking me questions. She participated in the quiz. One of my friends who I knew from school. I knew her from school, but I wasn't really friends with her as such until way after I left. Because I just never really hanged out with her while we were both at the same school. I was just like a couple years older than her, but I never really hanged out with her. It's like we kind of became friends. It just happened when we were outside. Inside of school, we didn't really hang out. I don't really hang out with that many people, to be honest. I'm not really the type that likes to hang out per se. Not gonna lie, but it's not really me. It's not in my personality. But anyway, let's talk about the quiz right now, which is the international food quiz. I tried to be more international, basically, not all Eurocentric again, because I'm trying to be less of that. Because I think it's important that it's not just European or American, USA food that people There's some European, but it's not a lot of it. I try to lessen that and just mix it up a bit. So, and also I'm trying to not do film quizzes. I'm trying to be not to be too niche, because I don't feel people will be comfortable with that. And people expressed, I think that's why I kept getting a number of complaints from other people who join the live. It's because of the fact that I was very niche. I think I'm trying to stay away from it, because it will affect my viewing as well. So basically I think I have to be more generic in order for me to get more people to join. I have thought about doing Kahoots. I saw someone doing Kahoot and it was they had like 34 people joining their live. The Kahoot quiz itself, which is mad. I tried to get people to join the Blue Kit one, but unfortunately I wasn't able to achieve that, so I ended up scrapping that quiz. I think I only lasted that half an hour during that live. But anyway, I think if you want the quiz that I made is to put thanks for joining. So today's quiz is on international food. It's from food from different countries. Like, some of them are known, others may not be known. So hopefully, I do love food. So some food I like, some food I don't like. But anyway, enough of the food talk. This, I'm not really a fan of it. It's just basically, you have to guess what country this food comes from, if you're willing to guess. Or you can write it down on paper if you don't feel comfortable typing your answers. So, however suits you. I don't really like this food, personally. I don't really like sushi that much. But you have to guess where it comes from. That's the main aim. So, any thoughts on where this comes from? I don't really like sushi, to be honest. I had it before, it's sort of disgusting. It's not really my type of food. It's just, some people like it. I don't know why they like it, but... Oh, you think Italy. You think sushi's Italian. That's funny, though. But anyway, for those that are trying to guess, so the country of this food, if you like it, then okay. Any thoughts? Anyone? You can write it down if you don't feel like typing. You don't have to share your answer with me if you don't feel like it. But anyway, the answer is Japan. Japan is basically where sushi comes from, which I hate. I hate sushi. I've had it before, it's not really nice. It's basically rice and wasabi with fish, raw fish, which I hate. I don't really like the taste of sushi anyway, so it's like made in different forms. I don't know how to explain, but anyway. So this is spaghetti. So if you know where spaghetti comes from, one of you did say the answer of where it comes from. Yeah, I do love spaghetti myself. It's a spag bowl. But anyway, so what country does spaghetti actually come from? So that's the question. Where does it come from? But apparently, spaghetti's not where you think it comes from. You think spaghetti's Chinese. Okay. I can see trying to where you're coming from in terms of the look of the food. Because it's like similar to noodles, I would say. I think that's where you are seeing. So, but any thoughts would be great. But it's actually from Italy. You said it earlier. But technically, I think I heard it's not from Italy. I don't know where that comes from, but pasta doesn't come from there. And it's brought by Chinese or something. But it was like a story that, about that. So I think I guess why you said it. So why you said China initially. But anyway, that was the story. These are tacos. I don't really get excited over this type of food, to be honest. It's okay. It's like tacos, like basically it's like a shell and you put food inside it. Like salad and beans. You could have meat like chicken and beef. And you have dips as well. And crisps with it. So just guess what country tacos comes from. If you ever had tacos before. It's very much in Central America. And there's such thing as Taco Bell, so that's kind of a clue in the sense. For those that are Turkey, you're confusing it with kebab, but it has an element of similarity. Maybe it's their version of kebab, which is quite hilarious. I can see. But anyway, yes, it's from Mexico. Yeah, it's not really that exciting. Tacos. I'm not really drawn to Mexican cuisine. It's alright. I like tacos, but I don't. It does slightly look like kebab, like the doner kebab or something. The ones they put in the wrap, in the bread. I think it's the one that you can make. You mean it like it's with naan bread? They put it with naan bread or the wrap, tortilla wrap or whatever. Okay. It's pretty hard to see, but yeah, just like different paste. It's a bit light in terms of the colour of the image. Okay, it's too bright. Oh, dang. I didn't make this image, it's already, that's how it came on Google and stuff, so it's a bit of a harder question. My boss loves this type of food, but she has to have it vegan though. My ex-employer, she loves eating this culture's food. I'm not really a fan, but I've had it before. I'm not really keen on it. So, but it's from East Africa. It's very much like this bread. There's a famous bread that they have in this country, and they eat a lot of paste. It's like paste out of different meats and vegetables that in the paste form, and there's spinach as well. I don't know how. I don't really like. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, because close. Yeah, I think maybe Kenya. Because East Africa, yeah. But I've had it before. I'm not really a fan, so the bread is a bit too much. They have rice with it as well. I've had it before. I think the bread is a bit too sour, but that's the point. You have to use the bread to dip the sauces. I wasn't really a fan, to be honest. And the answer is Ethiopia. It's called injera. But there's or taita, I think, from what I researched yesterday when I did this quiz. The answer is injera. I've had it. Not a fan, though. I've had it before. It's not one of my favourite dishes in the world. It's nice. Some people like it, but I like spinach, though. Obviously, I'm a huge spinach fan. But this one is pretty obvious where this comes from. People, if you say Britain, then I don't know where you're going. Is that cultural appropriation? That's what British people do. That's the problem with this country. They like to claim things that are not theirs. So, it's curry. Chicken curry with rice. I like curry though. It's not one of my favourite cuisines, but I do love chicken curry though. So, if you have any suggestions on where that comes from, then you can type it down or write it on paper. Sorry, I have my sinus again. The pollen is it's getting hotter in the UK, so where I am, so we're not really used to this kind of weather. I'm trying to get used to it. It's just, obviously I live here. I've been here all my life, but the answer is India. It's tikka masala. So it's from India, so Indian food's known to be very spicy and have a lot of curries and all of that, so I do love... Haven't had a curry in a while though, so it's not the first thing I think about when I want to order a takeaway, but it's nice. So the answer is tikka masala. I mean India, sorry. You don't need to name the dish. So this one is like noodles with stew, with a broth and vegetables with it. So garnish, as they call it. My friend is from this country, but she often gets yeah, close. It's very, yeah, I guess I understand China because it's quite similar. Because Chinese food is, you use a lot of noodles and broth. My uncle loves the Chinese. But the Chinese in this country is a bit different, isn't it? It's more fried and all of that, so yeah. I do love Chinese food though. But I haven't had, it's not something I eat that often nowadays. I used to eat all the time, you know. But this culture is very similar to Chinese food. But I guess I understand where you're coming from, China. But the answer is pho, and it's from Vietnam. Because my friend usually gets mistaken for being Chinese. I don't know if they're the same, but people say they are, but they look similar in terms of the features. But I don't think they're the same. Like, they have small eyes, and they're located in similar, where they, I think in East Asia somewhere. They are located, because I'm not geographically great at geography, but you know, the answer is pho. It's very expensive to go to a Vietnamese restaurant as well. I've been to a number of Vietnamese places before, but I never had pho, but I've been to a Vietnamese restaurant before. It's very similar to Chinese food, you're right. So Okay, so this is... It's hard to tell because the picture is quite bright. The photo that was taken of this dish. But it's a very... Excuse me. This is the national food of a specific country in the Caribbean. I've always wanted to try it because someone been telling me you should try ackee and saltfish. Which... God bless you. Thank you for joining. Thanks both of you for joining. Okay, so this is from a Caribbean country. You could have coleslaw or rice or potato maybe, but I prefer rice and coleslaw. Yeah, you seem to know where it comes from. The answer is Jamaica. You got it, in a sense. Close, but you got it still, so I'll give you it. Ackee and saltfish. My friend told me to try it. I used to go to a lot of Caribbean restaurants near, but I hate the fact they raise the prices to go to a Caribbean restaurant. It used to be cheap to get Caribbean food. Me and my grandma used to go together. Every time I have after school, like, I have Caribbean food. Because the restaurant that near my house was a Caribbean restaurant. And there was one in Dalston that me and my grandma both liked. But they closed it down and turned it into an organic food supermarket. Which I hate. It was upsetting, but gentrification. They changed the area quite a lot where it used to be a Caribbean restaurant there. But I used to order something jerk chicken, rice and peas. I really want to try ackee and saltfish though. Even I'm not a fish fan, But anyway, this is one of my favourite West African dishes. I really like this food. Apart from jollof rice. So I kind of giving you the clue where the country of this food comes from. It's like... Yeah. You can see where you're going with it. You can have... Yeah, it's one of my favourite foods. Fills you up to the brim though. I think I had a goosey one before already. I haven't had it in a while though. Last time I had it was a few months ago. I haven't had it since, but the answer is Nigeria. It's Yoruba and Igbo food, so it comes from Nigeria. It tastes really nice if you're looking to go to an Nigerian restaurant. There's a famous one now called Enish, which is very West African. It's like but there used to be a local Nigerian restaurant from where I lived, so my old house, not my new, where I live now, not... Because I have to travel all the way to East London now. But they closed the one that I liked, where we used to go. They closed it and turned it into a food shop again. Like those organic food shops. If you've been in the UK, you'll see that they keep having these supermarkets, which is annoying. It was in Clapton, the one that I liked. The Nigerian restaurant. Oh, okay. Bangu. I think that's what Igbo people might have called this. Yoruba calls it egusi, stew and pounded yam. But the yam has a different name, so can't remember the other name for it. So okay, it's like, oh, can't really make it. If I made it dark, then I think because I turned the light on, it made it more harder to see. But it's like a salad, basically, from the Middle East. Oh no. You would have loved it. I think you would have. It's unfortunate. This is like a salad from the Middle East somewhere. It looks like couscous to me, but you know, it's not really that. Might have couscous in it, but you never. I've had it once. Didn't really taste any couscous, but I might have been mistaken if for me to think that was couscous. It's like a grain, possibly. You could say it, because they're so similar. That's what. I've had it once. This salad didn't taste that bad, to be honest. I do like a salad. I do like eating salads though. I can't have vegetables on its own. But I do love a salad, so I don't love a salad, but I like salads, you know. So it's tabbouleh, which is from Lebanon. If you say Syria, then you also get a point. I didn't put Syria, but yeah, it's very similar. Lebanon, Syria. If you put those two countries in. Okay. This is just European food that I included. Some people might say, why you include my country? Why include European? But I kind of steered away from it mostly. But I only include like 3 different foods from Europe. This is basically a chicken. It looks like fish and chips, isn't it? It does look like fish and chips. I'm not going to lie. I do love fish and chips. I don't love it, but I like fish and chips. But, you know, it looks like something they eat. Could be from anywhere, in my opinion, but you know. But this one's not really fish and chips, though. Just to let you know. It's basically schnitzel from, can't say where, but it's a very European thing. So I've never eaten it, so I can't really tell you too much about it. So, but if you're wondering where it comes from, I will say that the answer is Austria. Schnitzel. It's Austrian. I've never eaten it, so I can't say too much about it. But I know you can, I think you can have with, what do you call it? With, you can have it with potatoes. You can have it with chips, because chips are potatoes as well. So I think that's what I've seen from what I saw online. You can have it with different things. And this is the last dish. This country is very famous for wine. You know, I'm not super into alcoholic drinks, if I'm going to be truthful. I don't really drink alcohol that much. It's not really something I like to have. I've never eaten this, just to let you know, but I've been to the country that serves this food. I've seen it, people eat it, but I've never eaten it myself. So, but I've been to the country that's done this. You have to put it in wine, I think, the chicken. That's how it's been made. It's like braised, in a sense. Like it's like like a marinade or something. I've never eaten it, so, but I know how it's made though. And they do a lot of if you watch MasterChef, you would know that they do this kind of thing. So, cooking shows like MasterChef or Hell's Kitchen. So, you know that they do this dish quite a lot. But if you're wondering where it comes from, the answer is coq au vin, which is from France. The answer is France. You don't have to say the name of the dish. But I'm not really into wine though, so I wouldn't really have this, order it, so. Hope you enjoyed the quiz. This is the last one. Yep, that was the last one. Hope you enjoyed the quiz. That was something that I came up with in the spur of the moment sort of thing from yesterday. I thought about a suggestion myself to come up with this quiz. Some of these dishes I've had before, like tabbouleh, for example. I like the salad. It's like a unique take on a salad. It's not your traditional looking salad, which I like. And it tasted nice when I had it, so. And some of the, tabbouleh. I like the look of it. It's not your typical salad, which I like. And you have it with other kebab and all of that. Like I said, I'm not really into certain foods like sushi. Because the raw fish, it looks so disgusting. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed the quiz, so I can make more about different things. I'm trying to do less niche quizzes because to help if you wanna. The reason why I'm doing that is just to. I know people are not really film buffs. My quizzes have become too niche for a lot of people, so I'm trying to stay away from that and be more general. You know, like add a bit more dynamism, or I don't know what the word is, but be more variety might be the right word, yeah. To keep adding more things that are of interest for people. I made Cahoots. The Cahoots are a bit niche, very niche in fact. But it's to do with different topics, but they were all film based. One of my quizzes is not film based, it's the Aventus one, which is on Cahoots that I've made. I forgot which the other one that wasn't niche on Kahoot. I'll have to check and let you know. As I could show you what I've done on Kahoot as well, so. But Kahoot requires me to have an audience, which I haven't got right now. So I have one or two people is enough, but more would be nice. Always, yeah, more would be great as well. Yeah, I have to plan another one. I don't know about tomorrow, but I don't think I'm available tomorrow to do. Maybe I'll think either Wednesday or Thursday. I don't think Wednesday's a good day. Maybe Thursday is my next time I'll be on the live. I'm trying to be more consistent as well, because that's the most important thing. To not let time get the best of me. And I didn't go live before because I felt discouraged. And I had bad Wi-Fi as well, which people complained. And I couldn't... Maybe it made me frustrated and upset. And I was going through a tough time about losing my job. I'm still unemployed now, but trying to find my way back into life. Trying to live life again, you know. Yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed the quiz. If you do, then please come along. And you don't need to suggest anything if you can't, but it would be great if you can. Something that you want to see. I have thought of a number of quizzes. There were some quizzes that I was meant to plan, that I planned to do. That I thought, symbols quiz. That was one suggestion that I thought about doing. That was my own personal idea though. But I haven't done it yet. It's yet to be done. I'm not sure how to present that. Guess the family. I did do guess the family one time, but then I deleted the video and the presentation. The presentation that I did it on. The guess the family quiz. I'm going to have to plan another one and figure out what I'm going to do on Thursday. I could do like a website one, find something, you know, to do. Or I could just leave it and not do any quizzes. But I'd rather do it because I'm not sure the talking live is really my thing, to be honest. Even I am speaking, obviously, but you know, I'd rather do a quiz that... There's tic-tac-toe. No, tic-tac-toe might be too boring. But I don't mind interacting through that. I do love tic-tac-toe. I used to have an obsession with it. Or you could... It's just... Or noughts and crosses is another name for tic-tac-toe. So... that could be a possibility. I used to do... could do that. I used to use PowerPoint. I'm using Google Slides. Because I keep getting annoyed with Canva all the time. Canva was a stressful quiz that I did. It was giving me grief. But maybe about... Science is not really much. I've made a science quiz, but it was on Blue Kids. Haven't done a history or geography one, but I'm trying to think. I have to think about what quiz I could do next. It's between Guess the Family, but Guess the Family is a bit hard. Because I know people are not film buffs. It might be based on shows on TV and film. Not everyone that I come across on my lives are not into that. So, yeah, I'm having to sort out ways. I've done nature. Yeah, nature's already done. I did on Kahoot, but I just added film stuff on it to make it more interesting. it was made for the niche audience again that I have on my YouTube channel. But I am leaning towards keeping it open, like generics, just generalizing the quizzes. So the next one live will be on a Thursday, but I will have to figure out what I'm going to do on here at the moment, so I will have to think about it for a couple of days and see what I can do as a live. So thank you for joining. Hope you have a good evening or day wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you Thursday. I mean, in the time of this recording that I'm doing now, will be on a Thursday. This Thursday, according to the timeline I'm in currently. Okay, so that's the day I might be free to do this quiz. To do the live, so have a good day, and I'll see you soon on Thursday.